Hi, my name is Caitlin Johnson, and I am a tourism management major here at the University of South Carolina. I've recently noticed that many Columbia residents, as well as University of South Carolina residents, are unaware of the locations that we have in our area for entertainment. One of those locations is the Riverbanks Zoo and Gardens. I am here today to tell you about the strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities about this location. For their strengths, the first is when you walk in, there is a giant, beautiful logo above the entryway that makes you feel very welcoming. When you walk in to purchase your tickets, the staff is also very friendly, very kind and helpful. They don't make you feel rushed to get in, and they're also available to answer a lot of your questions. As you're going through the park, you'll notice that many of the animals are very friendly and actually will come up to you and let you take pictures and things like that. They're not like at other zoos where sometimes you have to look far into the cages or you really don't see any of the animals at all and you're really not sure what's in there. Another is that they have multiple event spaces for use for conferences, businesses, as well as weddings, and even a bunch of sororities and fraternities lately have been using this location. They range from small to large and have different themes such as African and gardens, and they're very unique and different than other event locations in town. For their weaknesses, the first is parking. When you drive into the event, you will notice that the road starts to get very uneven and you almost look like you're driving behind the zoo instead of up to it because there's the highway on one side and then a bunch of buildings on the other side and you're kind of confused. And as you keep driving, you'll come to this little opening that you can tell is a parking lot because other cars are parked there, but there's no good signage or people directing you where to park. The parking lot is also very small, so when they do get busy, this becomes very difficult. Another problem with the zoo right now that I've noticed is there's a lot of construction. There's construction on the front entryway where they're building a bridge from a new parking lot into the front. There's also construction inside the zoo where they're going to be bringing in new animals, so a lot of the exhibits they don't look right because they're being torn down or they're being rebuilt, and a lot of these animals have been misplaced, so they're not really out for guests to view them. For their opportunities, there's definitely opportunities in updating these entryways and parking lots that'll be a lot more helpful for guests to come into the zoo and feel more welcomed than they already do. Advertising, I think, is a good way for these opportunities of the zoo. They have a lot of events that they do, such as Boo at the Zoo and Lights Before Christmas, that could really draw a lot of people in, but I've noticed that they just have a few billboards here and there. I feel like there could be a lot more advertising for these events, also as well as the fact that they have event space where you could book your own events. Also, I've noticed that other zoos maybe have attractions such as ride or things that don't involve the animals. I feel like if the Riverbanks Zoo were to put in rides, they could not only attract the more families that are already coming in there, but also more of the older students and college students that are in the area who are looking for more things that they're able to do that are different than just going downtown. A lot of their threats are mostly other venues that are in the area, such as the Atlanta Zoo, which relatively isn't all that far and is one of the biggest zoos in the area. They have a lot of huge attractions that bring in people nationwide. While the Riverbanks Zoo and Gardens does not have that, I feel like they have the opportunity to have that. Another threat is the Charleston Aquarium. That is also another venue that's very similar, where you have the view of animals. Although their animals aren't exactly the same, they do also have unique event spaces that a lot of people are looking to book. Also, another problem or another threat for the area is that while the Riverbanks Zoo and Garden has very unique event spaces, they aren't advertised very well, and there's so many event spaces here in our area that could cause problems to the Riverbanks Zoo and Garden for finding what they need in bringing in customers. So after this presentation today, I challenge you all to visit the Riverbanks Zoo and Garden. I really like the Riverbanks Zoo. I think it's a great place. Although they have much to work on, it's a really great venue and it's quite beautiful.